Welcome to the live. This is Mission on Minister Sylvester. I'm your number one creator, number one guest, number one first to like, and the great one to return. The millennium having a supernatural, 1,000 and 10,000 and a billion. We command these authorities and 100,000 souls to supernaturally take over a channel. And this channel won't be for my enemies. And I communicate through the energies that is vibrating, and those vibrations actually quicken you to be yourself right now. That is your greatest power and for the living. This I would like to also dedicate to my kingdom, as kingdom indeed have been built. So it is what we cannot do without. Now watch this. If I talk about any creature or kingdom, we have to have also many other things, elements showing. What are those things that we would likely talk about? We will talk about the quality, most quality. That's what I try to say that. I'm talking about many language and tongue and many language quickening. So as I communicate right now, we have our supernatural spirit, and I know somebody's crying, but I'm not in funeral. I am never anybody who tolerates funeral. I don't do funeral. So whether the Lord agree or disagree, I am not a funeral base. I don't wear anything to suit funeral. The only funeral thing you have ever witnessed on my channel was not a funeral. It was rather a call to leave up office on one day as a real manager from my destiny to fulfilling destiny record, that I have to just on one occasion leave up the workplace from Accra to Nkonya, only to attain that person who prayed and I returned to this earth. If not, he would not be taken to that place that he has to be, because they told you, if you are any person in the Lord, you must have a great judge who returned for your rescue. If not, you can't make it. So I'm the great captain who came to save the world in the first place before the Lord. And for many girls who claim and pretend and they have nothing, absolutely nothing, if they have any right reason to live, except they use the scripture. Whatever they do, if it's directly opposite the scripture, they are now holding in my name with my kingdom. So I was just simply saying the Aquarian kingdom. Which Aquarian kingdom? We talking about what? Sylvester, the mission, the January Sunday, and all of that. It has nothing to do with living underworld, because we are not living underwater. Let's say if I'm saying we are living under, let's say, the world of cloud, you will now understand what is what? Being under the cloud, because the cloud is flying above right now the roof. Because we see the cloud being formed right now, and I can see myself quickening to the most super powerful one, who is beautiful in the love and communication. No matter where that person is, the love connects us. That's what the Bible says. What can separate us from the love for this very connection? The connection will quicken you to know you are in the life, that the Lord also lived somewhere in the life with you. So we are living not as things that are not conscious about themselves to say. Do you feel when I touch your skin, you have to quicken, or you have to have a sensing of what they touch? If I have to tell you what is inside you, that part which is your privacy, or that part which is what, nobody can come there except you have opened according to the will of the Lord. You cannot even open except the Lord gave you the power to open, because to whom you open, you don't even know, except the Lord indeed comes to you and then he opens. Let the hurt release itself, because I'm not speaking as a ball. I'm not speaking as a kind of round nature of things. I show you what kind of life I live, and this screen is most showing what I can do. That I'm just doing this live right now, as I can just do this other than somebody's business. I would always want to do that, because I'm telling you, you didn't know what you've done to the world that is indeed beautiful, because you don't see as it is given. Watch carefully that you don't go against anybody who comes in the name of the Lord. You may claim in various language tongues, yet the tongue that you speak does not have a recognition in the heavens. Except I come not as a rug, except I come not as a wood, except I come not as anything you can just dream of because you can't touch it, except I appear in the form and flesh birth, also as you were born. But that the difference is that what I'm doing, you don't talk about yourself, but I'm talking about myself, because I know the return. Now we look at what the word AQUARIAN. They have different language they communicate. They also don't know it. But you, in the reality, when you look at, let's say, AQUARIAN, you will want to say it's going to send you to what? Something that has to do with water. So if you think this has to do with water, then I want to tell you what you don't know. Watch carefully. When you have AU is what? You want to say, talking of African Union, right? So African Union, you have it right there. Now, when you have the Q, what does it mean? When you have another A, what does it mean? All these are standing for their works as I pose myself right there, showing every level with my channel, and I'm the only one best designer of myself, where I can design you best and show the Lord that we hail. I cannot do this work for you to say it comes from somebody. You are not even best. For this kingdom, they are looking for only one person who win it. So we may be many out there, many you want to talk about, but out of the many, there's only one competitor who will be in the what? The throne. And I've created all of these things. And what I create comes only with my birth. And what comes with my birth is what supplies the life. And that is the creation, as they told you, the Lord who creates. Now watch carefully. What do I create? I don't come in the form of somebody ugly or in an opposite life. I am not a wood, and I'm not a rag. I'm not a handkerchief that you want to say will press him. My soul is not dead, because the work that I show here is the soul, which is what? Food, air, water, life, anything. Every element that I put out there that makes what? That living. I can be shouting because my nose is not in my neck, as my mouth is not in my eyeballs. My heart is not in my chest, because the Lord liveth according to his word. If there is any God or any creator, or any force, any deity, what they're going to do is that they can only conform to their rule. If the rule indeed goes opposite, you need to ask Lord, why privilege you have to have this change? Because your word says this. You can only stand before him his judgment, or the true judgment. That's the creator. Life. So if you don't want to stand in life with him, you cannot compete, because he has already informed most of the things happening when you come across or an encounter with him. Most of the people who have what, had to run away from him, they are the same people who met with him because he was the one quickening them. Watch carefully. Mission and Sylvester and mission and ministries, these are the things that come with life, and it didn't just become a human being. As you want to look at yourself, I would only point out there clearly that Aquarian generation has nothing to do with your level when you defile yourself in the unclean way. I don't do that. I'm a virgin and I have superpower. Sitting here right now, there's a love that that's not even to say love. There's a spirit energy that is in you that sweet you, that you want to even listen to what I'm saying. But if you don't know this, even with all this, pouring all these billions, which is what the life in abundance, in connection, energy, light, and the sweetness connected. Why were you used to saying that you want to pray in the sweet fellowship of the Holy Spirit? What did you want to know as a sweet fellowship? Is that a man or a woman who in that way you want to say can give you that or should give you that? That should only come with the communication or communion with the Lord himself. That's a sacred word. So the XEXSES is for only sacred people. That those who really have been appointed and given, they have the right to explore. But you cannot say out of that you are pair up and just wanted to do it. You cannot do that. You cannot do that. So when there is a communication spirit, I would have to know it first. So we are talking about a king. So the kingdom means king's dominion. So you couldn't do without the king, and then you couldn't do also without the generation of 9. Who is the next of kin to the 9? Who is the next of kin to what you want to talk about as a G? Who do you want to say is the next of kin to a dominion? We are looking for that. And I am probably just myself because complete. I have been born with nobody else than my kingdom. I am not the one coming from church to enter the kingdom. I am the one building it because I see it very important to myself and birth. That is destiny. So I'm fulfilling destiny. So that if I have to fulfill destiny, that you see yourself also being fulfilled, because a part the Lord gave you must also come into the light of day. Now watch carefully. So the light that is on is this colors we are seeing. That is myself. You can say I'm presenting you because this is a military born. I told you. You cannot doubt it. I have never been born from somebody's yoke or somebody's sin. We are with the weapon. The Lord that made a nation and country and world. That's what I hold. You cannot wear anything that does not fit my conversation with the Lord. Because the Lord and I, we have not appointed anybody. Except we are calling your name or in the business, the Lord told you he would charge his angel to watch over only the righteous. The Lord does not charge angel from all that you are experiencing with a very unclean way. The Lord has given nobody power to talk about angel except you, the righteous person, and you know why you need an angel. We are not robber, we are not dead. I'm not somebody as a baby. I'm not a person in myself as somebody else. I am myself in myself. Because I couldn't live with your death, as you don't know what it means. So when you die with all the sin. And when you are buried with all that is trash. And I rise up, anybody that rises up from the generators for the descending powers, I descend, I quicken, I wake up with them, because straight is straight. That is what I'm saying. I'm talking about this. Now let's take a couple of numbers or things that would also represent what we're saying. This is myself working. I cannot be somebody somewhere who doesn't understand the rule and law. Because when you take a look at what you look at in the word and rule, and the kind of rule life, and the kind of instructions you receive, you do opposite. That which you do opposite can never be that which what the Lord appoint. Because the Lord doesn't appoint any wrong person in the first place. So for you to claim any position, that should be what? The Lord leading you. That you will not lose focus on the star life. That is what? Consulting. You have to use at least every avenue available to you as one that is in the Lord, in the plans of the Lord, or in the plans for the Lord. You have to do that. What kind of dressing you want to look at in this place or on the short? What kind of colors? Are you the one telling me what to choose? Where did you also first, even if you claim you have ever lived, where is your calendar? Where is your art? Where is your beauty? Where is your television? What are the things that we don't need to talk about? Let's talk about those beautiful things and let's see if truly the Lord gave you the power to make it. This alone in this scripture would make known what we're saying. Kingdom, you don't have to disrespect the kingdom. If those who are in the kingdom disrespect themselves, that is what the war in is what we say. That kings, they release the weapons and how they use it. Weapons are like soldiers, all of that. Like rulers and angels. When you are in heaven, you know about heaven. You truly know what is going on because you have to know your responsibilities. My spirit does not make anybody ugly or mad to blind somebody and take their good away. I don't do that. Even the Bible is against it. That careful that you should be, that you want to think you are the intelligent one to the level that you use the intelligence to what? Rob people. You don't do that. You are only to be what? First of all, working your terrain. What is your terrain? Where you dwell first. That somebody came for what you have. Then you have to go look for it. It's yours. But you cannot say that with your herd, you take somebody $1 billion away and then you give them $1. That's not the rule. I myself talking Sylvester, the great Kwasi Bekoe, the queen and authority, kingdom babe, the one who quicken you over distance. No matter where you are in the world, I'm telling you, if I start my plane, my engine, as we speak right now, the power is connected already. Somebody did it. But I know that I'm connected to that person right now. It is the sweetness. That is somebody telling you that he is trying to say that they are watching my thing or they are sitting and reasoning about myself. So if I have to get involved, there's a way the Lord communicate. We cannot use somebody's thing than how we are communicating truth. That is the purest sweetness. So I cannot tell you I love any hurt somebody than myself that I know what I'm doing. That I can assure you. I tell you, when you sin, this is the liberty himself. That's the word for liberation. So when there's liberation, you have justice, you have free dominion, you have any other thing. That person who made this world is the same that gave out the dominion. Let's get to do this right way because you want to what? Before I continue, let me do one element. Let me put it right here. I don't think I owe somebody what you think in your heart. I told you that I'm the one designing life. I'm not an image. I have multiple times that image. Look at it. I'm not a reality that we see on the screen. You have never been appointed. You can never say that when I finish the work, then you come and take second place. No. Be with us at the same time and let's see who you claim you are. Come and position. Let me see your defending champion or your role, a role you play. I need it. I need to understand the role you play. Why do you want to think the Lord is somebody else and you want to take the place of the Lord? Do you really know what you're doing? You think the Lord is for that level? You think in the Bible? Never. Even he has appointed already to time and unto time. You there cannot stand before him. I am not a person you want to say his head is taken out for a wood. If a wood, then I can get life right away. Because I have life in there. Wood, what they told you, wood is water. Because water without, let's say that wood without water is not what you're going to have fruit from. So any life that is reserved in there, you should know. My head is not a statue. I have never been made a statue to be worshipped. Because I've never encouraged anybody to ever make any idol in the image form to worship somebody. However, I'm an artist. When I find out that you are doing an art in a form that represents any good works, it's an art. But I can never say that you worship it or call neighbor. Don't pour any blood on it. Because I have made anything, nothing like that. So if I have made anything with myself, I've made nothing like that. I have never poured any blood on things that you want to say I sit and seasonal or occasionally they ask blood for this. I don't do that. I am the only superpower that we cannot do that. I'm the one telling you. If the Lord charge you, let him tell us the time. Let him tell us what cannot fail right now. And let's say it and let it not fail. This myself beautiful beyond anybody in the world. Are you one of us? You think I'm a photo from somebody? It's myself. That's why I show you on the live screen. I am not an image. I'm not a statue. I'm the self you didn't know. You can't be beautiful. That's why they call who is the best woman, the best angel, the best queen. That's the same Lord himself at the same time. You cannot come and corrupt it and tell us you are the next of king. Next of king to which kingdom? Build and let's see. I'm building. Watch carefully. I'm building. Yeah, I'm building. Maybe you need to understand what I'm saying. I'm building. This is a new symbol that have been added because a new house, a new house, a new temple that we've been building like this. So if I have to do this, I don't have to have my enemy come to the level to tell me that the Lord says, tell you I don't need to listen. I have my own works. I got to focus, and the focus is what? To see the works, showing it. Tell the Lord, if he doesn't know the set of time, he couldn't send you the one who doesn't know anything about time. To this flesh here, you are not called to my kingdom. That's the only way you can understand what I'm saying. Because I'm not a child for you to humiliate. You cannot tell my kingdom what we don't understand. Because I have a time. How long I've lived and served myself and served the Lord and served others, you have no idea. You could come in right now to tell us something else which is not from your kingdom. Do you understand even the element on the screen? You don't even know. I just created it right now. Because I've told you every single day I have to come up with something. That something is myself and the design. You have nobody else. Nothing else. Apart from what? The honor for the works. Because even if you claim I don't honor somebody, who are you that I should honor you? What I talk about kingdom. What else am I talking about? Let's say if I talk kingdom, I don't have to talk about church. Because the kingdom is the largest thing you are talking about to be that the church may be a part that will enter the part that you claim in the kingdom. Because I don't have to go about talking about church. I have to talk about the kingdom, main kingdom. That's the Lord himself to be kingdom. So kings, dominion, kingdom. You have to have the kingdom. You don't have to have somebody deceive you. Yeah, you need it. That's all you need. You don't need somebody else to come up there and be talking about something that I do not even know. That they told you only the archangel accept him, that it has been given, and the important note scripture to tell you, nobody else has been given. So whoever you are that talk, I say, keep quiet. You don't know anything. Go and talk about your times. Don't come and talk about my time, but don't use my time for something wrong. I don't see who you are saying is the Lord. Because the Lord cannot do without the scriptures. He couldn't do that. That's what I'm telling you. He couldn't do anything without what is reserved. Anything opposite this, he's not a part of us. I'm the one telling you. That's why I challenge his word. That's myself. If you don't know that investment comes with what we're doing, then I'm telling you. That's the best business ever on the earth. So you think what I'm doing here, you think it just comes with somebody. What are you saying? What are you really saying? Do you understand what I'm doing? That you should tell me, you don't know what I'm doing, or you don't know what I'm about. Am I even showing you what you have to? What do I do? I'm not telling you anything. I'm not telling you anything about what I'm doing. It's just my works. So if you don't understand something, just keep quiet and observe how I used to be quiet and observe what I have to do, so I focus on. And I do this as always, because I don't have to have somebody who lost life before I have what I can do. That means it will always need somebody like that. Are you talking to us? Am I talking to you? I'm not talking to wood. I'm talking to things that are living. I'm not talking to things that are dead. I'm talking to things that are living. Myself that is not dead is the same person doing it. So I'm not telling you somebody influences myself. I'm not talking to that issue. I'm talking to things that are living. On the channel there's life in it. Element, blood, whatever. So it is as a heaven. That heaven can control and keep you, like created you in a form. So if you are in the likeness of his many ways, show which one you are. I show multiple times that not even one picture or photo of myself you want to say looks like this, looks like that. There are many beauty that I can put 100 photos of myself taken throughout, let's say 1 year, and they'll never look alike. They'll never. It is rather creating more of myself and the Lord. That's the many people who have lived in the Lord. Beauty of the Lord himself, creating every time and taking the souls that you didn't know have ever worked for them. That's what you are seeing on the screen. And you are the one who didn't understand what we're saying. Do you see this kind of beauty? Where do you come from? Who gave you the kind of life that we talk of? That you don't know it. And you begin to talk about things that do not really matter. The Spirit of the Lord. What do I know about when you fall or fail? I have no knowledge of it. I don't really have any connection to whatsoever. I don't really know that. So if I have to say I honor the Lord, the word honor is what I'm showing you. Do you understand what I'm doing? So I'm just creating life again several times of this creation. I don't have to say somebody knows better than myself. No, you and I have not been appointed. You can claim you have been appointed, but I'm the one to tell who appoint you, or truly that things you do tells that you have been appointed. I'm not talking to death. I'm not talking to the Lord of the dead. I'm myself talking to myself. I'm myself talking to my work and putting strength and power in it. We are not talking to what? Statue. We are not talking to statuette. I can make, that's why they make AI, that these photos that you are seeing, we can put life again in it and they'll be walking and moving up and down. That is the most powerful thing. This same artwork, I can put it into AI, and AI, whatever I key it to do, they just go about the same. And you see these people now talking to themselves. This same photo of myself, I can do it and they'll talk to themselves. Whatever word I put on it. So you should understand area of the creation. That if the Lord should create maybe one like this, I will make him talk. If the Lord should create one like this, I'll make him talk. How? That is a word to learn to create. I cannot come to your level to be talking about things that I really don't know. What you did that the Lord should hate you. Then I came somewhere without your knowledge. Then you came destroying somebody. What do you mean? You came destroying somebody who is prepared to meet with the Lord. And I don't even know which area you really cover. That you become a nuisance. Total disgrace. A race you cannot stand. That if the Lord should ask you for one thing, you have no knowledge. I am the one telling you, you have no knowledge of things you do. Because the Lord have not charged anybody as a human being to do what you are doing. We don't see how many of you want to be a Lord. How many of you want to be a Lord? Show us now. Maybe I need to know what I have to do. If I'm subject to you, maybe I have to do that. I really have to do that because you have no knowledge. If such things we talk about, how do I learn from my path? And then somebody else begin to talk about my works. In an unscrupulous life, opposite life, what do you mean? You can't do this. You couldn't do any of this. Yes, I'm the one telling you. You couldn't do any of that. Because I've always had to what? Learn something. Something new. Which comes from myself, not from anybody else. What do you know that you want to teach us what? Teach yourself. Can't you see what I'm doing? When I put it right there, it forms another what? It forms yet another design in the creation and the same design going on. What am I doing? What do you want to know? If you don't know, the Lord called not any human being here. My face is not hiding. My face cannot be hiding either. The ones you are hiding from, is because you sin against them. When you sin against any human being and you realize that they are waking up, you run away. You run into the hidden. You wouldn't like them to see you because you sin against them. You can never stand the Lord when you have sinned against him. Already even those who don't sin in that form, look at what they go through. They really go through a whole lot of things. So I'm telling you, if I have to put it right there, so we got it. Get in it. in the verb and powers supernatural. You cannot say that I'll be broadcasting all these hours, all these minutes, then the Lord strictly just didn't know what I'm doing, and then he gave you what you think. My power has not been given to you. My Lord has never given my power to somebody. If I am not honored, where do you want to say the Lord have written it that I've been honored? So you are deceiving your souls and yourself and the earth, rewarding yourself what you were not born from. The one that they say is a destiny helper. You think I'm a common person. You can never find myself anywhere like you find God commonly. You find those things common. You can't find myself common. Yet, I'm the one who hear. I'm the one what? Who know what is wrong, and I'm the one who came and fixed. I didn't wait for any God to come or any force. We are not talking about God. We are talking about kingdom. Now, watch carefully. When you want to know the word G-O-D, look, this G, then this O, this is the D, so that we have what? The kingdom. Now, watch carefully. So when you say the king garden, the king gardens, so you see it, you are getting the king gardens, the gardens, the king gardens, or the king gardens. So when you have a kingdom, you should have a garden, you should have a governor, all of that. This is what we're saying. We are talking about the reality of my tongue. You have no knowledge nor power to have a word on your tongue communicating. I create the earth, so I communicate as I create it. I don't do things because you don't write letters for me to go and talk about. You don't give a script, not a video, or whatever. This is Aquarian. Aquarian has something to do with water, like when we make it rain, you have to see what? You have to see also reserve. That's reservoir. That when I make it rain, we have to have a place that is reserved. But it doesn't make Aquarian in water there. No, that's a clean person. The marine level, whatever you have with the sea, whatever Atlantic, that's not a clean water. We don't live on that. Yet you can set pure water in there. You can make that same water pure. You can keep it clean to be pure again. I have nothing to lose from nothing because I'm the one talking about what is reality. Yes, there you understand later what the Lord is communicating. So if I put it on any of the side, we have to just get it like that. You get it? Are we getting it true? Yes, I have to show you that I created. I'm not the one you created for anything. You may be mistaken that you created for us somebody or something. Unfortunately, I am the one who came to this world and you have never known us. And I tell you, the Lord has been prophesying who I am, my real work, and he knows my work already. And you don't know, it's a miracle. Whatever the Lord and I have as a spirit, and to myself and agree, in the scripture and whatever, it's a miracle beyond miracle. Because I see it in the book, and he also prophesying it, is the miracle indeed. That's a miracle because I don't have to have anybody to be another person's husband or whatever. What are you saying? That I don't know myself, I don't honor myself? That what you don't deserve, you want to have? You can do that. That's never your place. You are not given such a calling. So that when we talk about it, if I don't save this and place on the internet, how are you going to get it? I did it. And it's myself. Why you don't honor the Lord? A beauty is before you and you don't know it. I don't think I'm showing my beauty. I'm showing my superstar. My stardom is this. That I'm the one with your destiny. That all the prophets outside in this country prophesying and showing vision. They have shown you already. If you need somebody to confirm something, they are the ones you could ask them what the Spirit is saying. Ask them what you want to hear that the Lord talk about you and you've never been told. Yet that Lord you claim created you, he prophesied to myself. He prophesied to myself, he showed my vision. He knows my works. What else am I supposed to suffer again? You must pay for the price, and indeed you have worked and you need to be paid. So where we have it, the mod, dnik, the mogdnik. So mognik. If I tell you that language they are saying here, the king is in this dominion. Now the dimension, watch carefully. Carefully as you watch. So why you say they are saying simply the letter G-O-D. This here, look, this is the G-O-D. G here, O-D. So the G-do or G-dom. That's another thing to say, G-dom. So when I confirm myself or delete myself or involve myself, G-dom. the Gdoms. And in Konya, we got the Gdoms and all of that. You don't know. We got that kind of kingdom in the house. It's my homework talking. I'm not the one shouting because you are not the one tweeting. My voice, you are not the piano. I got a piano. Retire my piano quickly and take me out of the music. Somebody beginning to make a loudest noise of myself. Look at the cloud right there. White and most white purity. Where do you have the hope and trust from to come from this? I told you that I was getting the quickening spirit so that we are in the sweet. That if I want to talk about sweetness, you can compare it. I can play and play with you. More sweet to know what I say. To say the Lord after work and suffering. There is a supernatural he called the sweet. That would take the pain and uncleanness. That would just suddenly disappear. Because that's the supernatural. So I got sweet. I don't have what they are saying anointing. The anointing is what we are using and you don't understand it. But I have something sweet, which nobody have. Of course, if you want to have it, they say you sin before you make it. Then indeed you sin. But I can stand at a distance and I command healing for you. Even that's a healing. They did it. So, if I had to design this and place on the channel live, then you look at what I've been doing that you don't know. I created. I told you things that I used to do, that when I create the first thing, there's somebody pick up the first thing in the system, the computer, in the internet. They used to do it. And I'll be surprised. Most of the accounts I created with my data, they took it and give it a second place or multiple. That you have to know. Somebody was trying to take your place. Okay, watch carefully. Now, the understanding of the word, so that if I create, let's see it also happen. Alright, it's ready. So once it's ready, we need to talk about little about water that you are pouring water and mortar. You are making mortar, yet you are not a Freemason. You are not a carpenter, and you are hitting the things boom, bang, bang, boom, boom. And you are not any military, and you are shooting into anyhow. No, that's the wrong thing. So if you have any belief and trust there is a supreme one, that supreme one, the level of relationship and understanding is corrupt. Except you truly have an encounter. Look at what I'm about to say. I'm supposed to say this. Here, watch. Now, people born on January, let's say 26, 20th, 22, 23, 21st, 27, 28, 29, 30th, up to February 18th or February 15th. These qualities are there like that because they are the destiny helpers and Sylvias as you didn't know. Now, let's base on my 26. Let me use 26. Are we not in the month? Watch carefully. When you have 2026, we have 2. We have another 2. And we have another what? We have another 6. So that 2, 2, 6 is 10. That is what? 1. 2, 2, 6. When you add it up, it's 10. And the number 10, when you add 1 plus 0, it will be 1. And we got it. So watch carefully this side, this time. So that when we were looking at the 6, like this, you didn't know the 8. Now we are with the 1. 1 is myself who was born alone. That is what nature and myself we're talking about. I can't be shouting off the head. My head is not a paper. The money should be in the bank. Now we got it also right there to say, if I work for the Lord of wealth, how do I know I have a wealth? I got a wealth. And I don't have to talk of paper as a wealth. No, I create. That's a wealth. The spirit, that is a wealth. Watch again. Now, people like myself, born on January 26th, to talk of 1988. What? Aquarians. What do you mean Aquarian? We're going to also look at it. We would go deeper, a little deeper than you are seeing it as definition in the book or dictionary as you want to have. That's not what it means. They didn't say that when we come to the level to say accurate timekeeper, that you want to say what? That the Aquarian means you are even calling the children as I rebuke. Come on there. Come on there. Lose the power. And the results. So Aquarian known for their originality. What is the originality? Intelligence. So when you say AI simply means artificial intelligence. However, it's not artificial. They are only saying how it has been created is the reason they name it. According to what? How it has been designed and created, like you have the mobile phone, is artificial intelligence. All those things. However, they are original in the way that they serve the work. They are not dead issue. They are the living things. And you are using it to what? Communicate life and life over life. Watch carefully. So that naturally, which is the spirit calling, your religion and God or situation and deity, they have no function. That myself, naturally, if I have to come on this day, They are telling what? That's when the Lord returning again. Now, I'm not a person who came 1 year and I've gone. I'm the one since birth I'm living till date. Yet I've passed through all the things you have done to your people and they have died. And that you couldn't live as they are not living either. Because we tell you things that are from the Lord, they told you it will never fail. Even you don't know the lifeline in spirit, how to connect to spirit. Because you have to know that even to get connected, how you prepare and keep it is the only way. So if we talk about the Lord, talking about intelligence is myself. It's not any God that you know. It is myself. It's not any angel you know. They may talk about such thing in general, but they tell you the one who counts with the original thing is myself. What carefully? That Aquarian known for their originality, which is my originality is what? My origin. What is my origin? Intelligence. What is my origin? Humanitarian spirit. My origins are intelligence. My origins are humanitarianism or humanitarian spirit. That I get out with my own money and I'm feeding somebody that I don't know. These are the things. Serving somebody I don't know. These are the humanitarianisms. These are the philanthropy and all of that. These are the kind of spirit that should be born. Not a human being born. It should be this intelligence. And what carefully? That our birth on a Sunday also point to what? To an innate. You say it. Innate or inmate. What carefully what they are saying? Innate. Now, innate confidence that when I'm in it, I know it won't fail. But I've done all these things in the level nobody has ever known this than only how they requested for it. And I came. They requested, they have done so many things, but they didn't know how it would be. And I came and they also didn't really know. Yet we have just been living like parents, like you have to say your children, like your family. I have lived with my own like that. And they have never known this. You don't know the thought. Look, you can't go through this hell. Only to come and change or transform to the situation and know the problem on earth. Why I was birth, why I was what? Called to this earth. It is the things the Lord himself must return in flesh with. That nobody else, I dare you, nobody else. I'm the one telling you. We are not underwater, we are not fish. That's why we say, some of you they have been giving what? Things try to spoil us to what? Marine. Anything that is spoiled goes with marine. That is the unclean spirit part of it. They will come to you that level. That's why what? When they eat, they don't give you the fresh food. They want to give you remain. Things they throw away. Then they are making you a dog. I dare you. Nobody in this world. I dare you, I'm the one on earth. There is nobody. Because I'm not the superpower, not your father, not your mother, not your claim in the religion. And watch carefully. So, this birth, as they are telling you, confidence is in it. So, innate confidence and leader role. The leader role. And then the leadership came and then you saw it on the water. They brought the ship. When we began to talk about this thing, they brought it. Where they were doing what? All the survey and surveillance and things. And that tells the potential. That's the strength. You cannot tell me there's a God, any force, or any supernatural. The supernatural, I regard it as it is. So I'm taking a lesson of it. And you forget what you have been called to, and you are saying you are believing something in the church. What you compare in the church, do they need intelligence? What you compare in the church, do they need humanitarianism? What you compare in the church, do they need a spirit? What you compare in the church, did they make you what? A tail, or they say learn so that you be what? Like a manager, like a teacher, like a soldier, like what? A delegate, like a colonel, like any appointee. That's what? Being not as a tail. At least also leading the path as you have a head. If you don't have a head, they make you a tail. That's it. So, the Aquarian Zodiac trait, born on January 26, 1988, actually says, as an Aquarian born on this date, my potentialities. So what I tell you best is what tells what they are trying to define. I have more than they have never written. Yet I've seen all that they wrote fulfilled beyond any creator. What they wrote as a text have fulfilled practically beyond any belief. Beyond anything. That's what I tell you. They can never win. Nobody else can win that my kingdom. Beyond it. Because what you see here, you see that I do it already. I'm not the one following somebody. It's my own kingdom to build it. So that when I build, you know the Lord I have built. You know the Lord whose kingdom is also what I built. That they say one-on-one. That is the creator who can never fail. So I'm not talking to death. I'm not talking to wood. I'm not talking to earth. But I go earth out. So that you cannot be calling things that are with life and death. You can do that. And watch carefully. That you watch this very well. As what? So as an Aquarian born on this date, my personality is a unique blend for progression. Progressing what? Ideas. Progressing what? Need for personal freedom. So I bring you freedom, you didn't know it. That's why I say on this earth, you will never be forgiven when you sin. I'm the one telling you there's nobody who can bring freedom. They are abusing it. So that they are only vibrating because they have been voted or they have been placed. But that is not the Lord. However, if you have been placed in the name of the Lord, how it is your birth star fulfilled, that is nobody can compete. Because it has been made excellent to the dominion of the Lord. And watch again. Now, that I am what? I am the one who bear water. I make it. That's why the cloud is formed right now for doing this. They formed a cloud that is beauty and white and light. And we just got a quicken over a distance. It's never a place to talk about. As for my love, it can be with you right now at the speed. With nobody transporting it. I can't transport myself through something. When I want to reach out to you with the light. Light, that I am beyond the light speed. I have the, whatever it is, you don't know. How I can be here, light speed is calculated. But what is from the speed of the Lord is not calculated. You can't calculate it already before you. Before you think it's before you. That's how the Spirit of the Lord works. Now, watch carefully this word. That if I be as it is given, you should have learned to know this. That's why they say philosophy. You have to go to school to learn to know the coming of the Lord or on the Lord. If not, you will sin against him before or later. You know you have done the wrong thing. And I told you already that the water bearer, let me put it on the design. You see, as we are talking, we have it already on my channel. But we have designed another thing talking about this level. That indicate what? Or the water bearer what? Dedicated to what? To making the world a better place. Am I your board? Am I your Satan? Am I your deaf? No! I have to shout the word in your ear. So that you won't say that he's a baby. Now I tell you, when there's any infection, let it crash. Come on, brother, tell you the G-guns. Watch carefully. So I have to say, if I don't know you in the kingdom, don't come and say there's any book who have made you anybody. I dare you. You lose it. Because it is not written about you. As what they need in the world now is not what you are. Except you know in your star birth, spirit you can't throw away. Now again, watch carefully. That I make a place better for you and you say no. A better place you don't know. Alright, check a trait. Look at the trait. Now, strength. Strength, watch carefully. Strength. So strength is what? Original and independent. Do I not live alone all the time? I live alone. Is that truth or not? Is that going to be a prophecy tomorrow before I become this? Or if I spoil it before they prophesied? So already pointed out there. Original and independent. It means I don't depend on people. I don't depend on things. I don't even depend on what you are saying. What? Somebody that made the world that myself, they are telling I created. Now watch carefully. Is it the Lord God or Creator or Jesus that they told you make the world better or myself? My birth that confirms who I am is what is making it possible. They couldn't become who I am because I am the flesh who liveth. I don't see where they are, then I can know them in the works. That's why even the Bible says what? By their works or through their works you shall know them. And the voice shall know the voice and who call it. I am telling you, I'm not a tail, and I'm not a baby, I'm not a head even. I am a complete one. Now watch again. Point on to talk, he said what? Intellectual and visionary. Or I don't get up and tell somebody what they have to know. Or I didn't wake up telling the vision, then it's like that. Then they say what? That I am smart, love to learn. Am I learning? Or what I'm presenting is not learning? It's not what I learned that I discovered that I'm presenting. That you have to know there are some people you can't go with. So when the God come and make you as one and corrupt, you can truly never win. You will lose because of that which you have failed to learn. This will not be in the name of somebody. They say learn to know the spirit naturally, how the Lord creates, what cannot work with you. Don't go and use it. And what are we saying? That love to learn, as they told you I'm smart, and you are making us weak, it will backfire. It will really rain down you out. Run them out of this place. How do you mean I get up with strengthening people and then you are making us babies and little? We are not born from that place they call people children or little. How about? And they say what? and excel at what? Connecting. So already the spirit I told you connecting. So we were connecting already. And somebody is connected to myself right here. Love is sweet. Is already connected, so they are enjoying it. They are enjoying their connection. That's the frequency or light that heal you. That is what you think I should give you, or somebody should have us give it. Watch carefully. But these desperate what? Ideas to solve problems creatively. They didn't say who you trust or believe that will make it happen. I am the one making it happen. So you cannot have a God you claim, or a force or a deity you claim. You cannot have them take my place. That's why the war is on. When you sin, when you break my rule, when you break the rule of the heaven and earth, when you break anything with any claim of somebody else who have fallen already, that's the word. Now, humanitarianism or humanity, through what? The Rian. You see that when they say Rian, Aquarian, you saw the Rian at the end. So when they say humanity or humanitarian, so the human angel, that's what they're saying, this one. It is the human angel, this one. And that calls for the terrain. So this is the same word for terrain. That when you have a terrain, you have an angel. And what is what? The humanitarianism, or that which we want to say. That is what? That I have a strong moral compass and genuinely want to fight for causes and social progress. Do I come and pull down works, or I come and fight for that which the Lord said predestined that we cannot fail? Or you are the one who fight against it? The Lord will. Now watch carefully again. Now, friendly, watch carefully, one other trait. Friendly and social. Do you have about 5,000 and 7,000 friends, or people I call intelligent, people I call how we sort them out of the people? Business-wise, whatever-wise, graduate, whatever, prophet, professors, international people, whatever. That is it, on my contact. So when you find anybody like this, they say, oh, find out about this person, because what you are seeing is beyond what you expect that, even if it should be. Why is it beyond this number? I don't think even there's any white man who have got a contact that is 5,000 on his phone. Not even 2,000. So, friendly and social. While independent, I enjoy being around people and also have many friends. But the friends have never been wrought. Their friends are not armed robbers. Their friends are not alcoholic or smoking. All these are not a part. They are not friends, because that's not my character. So I only look for people who tried their best to get what? To the level that what? We want to say the Lord make that you yourself should be. So that it won't fail. That when somebody go and stand in on your behalf and say, this person, no, he can't do it. But for this one, when he say he can do it, he has even done it to you, or he has done it to that person. That is the word. So I cannot have any friend. If business is the reason, I have no friend that can do wrong. Because I'm not the one sending any wrong person anyway. I'm not that person. I'm not Jesus. I am myself. I have a name greater than you are hearing in the Bible. Watch out. So this independent and enjoying being around people and have what? And have many friends. Even though you watch what? My inner circle is select. So I select it. To even talk of friends, I select it. How I am in myself, in the spirit, and in the physical the Lord created. That's what I do. Are you talking about the Lord now prophesying, or I have grown already and you are seeing it? If you are yet to be born, you have never seen it yet. I'm the one fulfilling. So watch again, weakness. They want to talk about weakness. This thing, it doesn't affect myself. When they talk of weakness, it doesn't affect me, because it is not what they thought will be that will happen like this. No, I don't have that weakness. When they say anything here, it's like you are saying the creator have a weakness. No, that's not what you are saying. It doesn't affect myself. You see that they may say all that thing, but they want to plant something in it. But when I myself who came, I said no. Look at the word like this. They say rebellious. Is that weakness? No. It is injustice, you say weakness. But with the justice, that's rebellious. Rebel. I rebel when you sin against us. So it's not a weakness. So when you put it under weakness, it is abuse of the word of the Lord. Do you understand it? Let's say emotionally detached. They say I'm reserved. I'm a what? I'm a holy person, so I love keeping myself far from what? Certain group, but I'm the same person who come around and check, oh, something right? Is there anything wrong? These are the things. Because when I do anything, I have to go find out. These are the things. You cannot have myself having different things you try to say. So all the weakness have nothing to do with myself. They say, oh, stubborn. Look, believes and stubborn in what? In ideas. What I saying? They say, I have a fixed air. So you see that I'm the one with the air. That's why the air has been blowing. That's why anytime I move around, the air will be blowing. That is the Lord. You have never seen any creator with the air. I'm the only one. So they say, oh, my air is fixed. Fixed sign nature. That when I get to any tree to open air right now, means I can what? I can be very firm in my beliefs and stubborn or stubborn or in my ideas. It means you can't change my ideas. It will be very hard to do that. And that, when they say rebellious, means, oh, I dislike also what? Limitation. To say you are limiting my freedom. No. That's already, you don't know much about myself. And then it says also that what? That, and being told what to do, which can what? Sometimes lead to conflict. You don't have to tell me what I have to do. I'm the one with the air. What do you know about the air? I'm the angel. What do you know about angel? I'm not under you. That's why the pastors, some of them have corrupt you. And you'll be punished for that. So this same age year, years of being born, that's the same code. That's what I say, the mark of the beast. So we are not the mark of the beast as you are corrupt in yourself. No. Now watch as we continue. So influence on Sunday or influences for Sunday birth. Now being born on a Sunday, ruled by the sun itself. That is the sun or the SUN, the United Nations. These are all the things that attach with the S. And hence is what? My personality with specific what? Qualities. What are the qualities? Look at it down there. Qualities are what? Confidence and charisma. And what can be that likely that I'm likely possess or I likely possess a natural optimism or natural what? Optimism and self-assurance. I don't have to tell your God or your church to tell me what I believe. Already I'm the creator, so you have to even learn. That's the meaning. Self-assurance that if I want to go here, I will be there. I'll do it. That and a magnetic personality. I have a great force around myself. That we are talking about the Lord in the level. A personality that draws others to myself. That's why even sometimes when I'm sucking, you say no. I say go away. When I am saying I will be alone, don't come around. That you cannot say. You want to say, somebody says, no, it's a spirit. It's my own spirit, I know. It's the spirit of the Lord. You can't be with the Lord like that. If I have to say time right, I'll come to you. But you don't know the time right. There we have what? One, creating. So I create. What here? In the create art. In the create art, there is what? There is a what? A natural inclination towards creating an expression. Whether in art, communication, or problem solving, which pairs well with what? The Aquarian innovation. Then desire for what? Recognition. So you cannot say I'm with you and you don't know who I am. Because my service, you need to pay sometimes. That is what? I may secretly desire fame. But I won't tell you that if you don't know, the Lord's place cannot be taken for granted. Or acknowledgement for my what? Unique contribution to the world. How can you work without reward? That's what they are saying. So all these things are things I have to say. If the Lord prophesy, why is it? Hey, raise my head. I'm not talking to death. Move the internet out of death. Move the internet out of death. Now I command you. Move out of the Gedoms. Now look at what? Capabilities and career. Now in relationship, I want to say sheep, but I don't want to say it. You know, I told you the word sheep is a sheep for war. That's why when you say you worship, you don't know what you're saying. It's a warrior and the sheep that you need to sail the waters. So when you get into the church building, is a sheep. The church building is a sheep. That leads you what? Lead you to war against your enemy. So while you are in there, either for witchcraft, good or lizard or any form of lion, any of the form of angel, that's what it is. Now, my capabilities and career is that in relationship, like I say, in relation to, let's say, souls and life, I need a partner who understands my what? My fundamental need for free dominion and intellectual connection. Now watch carefully. Why? There's a loyalty. Loyal because I am a kingdom person now. I was born in the kingdom. So you didn't know that. That's why I'm the one creating the world that no God created for us that myself will create. That's why they said the Lord will finally create. There you know the new kingdom. The throne, the crown, the building, the home estate. I have created it all. And you see it. How I created it. The Lord tell you it has been created. So loyal or loyalty is what? Is important to myself. Huh? And what happens? However, watch here. That I need space to explore my what? Independence. I've always loved to do that because you can get corrupted for other spirits who may influence you. But when I'm alone and try to distance myself, being alone, I can accomplish and then bring the result out there that the whole world may see it. Like how I'm designing. You don't have any knowledge about designing. Watch carefully. Where do you think the design should come from? When Trump sees this design, he's going to have a wealth again talk about. I'm the one telling you. I'm the one telling you. So this is how we prepare what we are. So we are not a wood. Our head has never been changed. We are not a tree stump. There's a life and blood in myself. Okay, so to continue the conversation, so this is it. So my head is not being spoken to or being spoken to by another force. I'm the one telling you who I am and myself. I'm not the one who's talking like a dead person. We are not a snake. What a python. Come out of the channel. More that which is unclean. Come on the 10,000 and 100,000 suits and bar billions authority. Move myself out of the unclean death. Move out of the sleep. So when I'm rising, my kingdom is rising with the one that are rising and also descending. My flesh cannot be with my enemy. Watch carefully, somebody, you need to listen. These are the things you need to understand. Now, ideal. So we have a career, but we have ideal career. So what are the ideal careers? Watch here. What do you want to say? Environmental. You have to know, look, that I thrive in environments that allow for what? Creation to go on. Independence. And innovation. Then also what? Careers in science. What is science? Consciousness and spirit and quickening and creation. And to what? React. This bad person and good person, and let's see what the two will bring. These are the signs. Then at the end of the day, to create technology. Technology is another kingdom in the Lord. Like you have theology, technology, deontology. All these are the philosophy from kingdom many mansion. What carefully that we have also social works. I associate myself with anything whatsoever, even coming to support you without understanding. Or the arts are often a good fit. That I fit myself the beauty. That I design myself excellently. Now work carefully. That I work well in groups as a what? Collaborator and organizer who seek what? Who look forward to what? Fact and data. And my channel is filled with data and fact. Who I am, that's what I put there. I have nothing in secret. And I'm never in a secret. I'm not your secret. And I'm not your dream. Because I want you to see that we are living. Just focus on what the Lord says you should do. Look at that. They told you. So if I don't do this for them to watch and know as a spirit and angel, why do you think they'll get also the international feed? They have these things reserved many times. And I came what? Fulfilling it. Now watch carefully. Watch here. That I am a visionary individual destined to bring new what? New perspective in what? Light to the world. And what? And champions. And champion what? Those who are often overlooked. There are some people who were overlooked. And these are all the things he's saying. You can't tell me that I have been what? That person is my word I create. You can't touch anything. You can't tell me that I shouldn't touch. Touch what? Is it about you, the air science? Air is hydrogen and those things that form water. That's a supernatural power. You can't tell me the Lord you worship is the one. They say out of them, one of them. So we are talking about one of them. So my head is out of. Move that masquerade out. Move that masquerade out. I release myself. Move that hernia. Move that hernia. Lose your powers. Lose your powers by the third Zeus. Now. Move that devil out. Move the level out of this place. Come out. Move the very uncleanness out. Move out. Move the mob. Come out the mob out. Move out my enemies. Move out the rug on the street. Come out of here. Move out of here. I'm the one telling you that I'm not a jet, I'm not a book, and I'm not Facebook. I have it. I can't be telling the Facebook I have it. Just that we can transform all to those things. But we are just telling you, human being before doing this. You don't know what a pain is. Of course, you don't know it. So I talk about what this very one, as you see what, to consider what, even as governing, and the period that is what, from January 20th to what, February 18th. That's the time. In any situation, trust it or not, it is working. It is working because it is not about you. It is not about anybody's name. It is about when he comes, you have a new name. That's myself. I don't come from the Bible because it's an old thing. And everything in it is valid for our doctrine and what understanding. It's because we create it again and over. But with a new kingdom, that will create so that it confirms that past, present, future. It's never about anybody who claims that be placed. You can't be placed. That's why I create what I sit on. I build what I live in. I'm under my own roof. My head is not a hole, it's not a stone. I got no stone. My head is not a stone. My head is not a star. I told you already. My family have no star head. They have what you think, but it's not like that. Because sometimes what you think, it corrupts. That's why I'm changing it. So when we correct it, you cannot say what we need to do today for just. A word just means do it now, right now. Not later. It's just right now. So if we need something that they say is wrong now, you have to have somebody correct it. And I'm the one correcting it. When do you think somebody will come later? They have to come and do their work, not my work. Because once I'm in the flesh, I'm doing my work. You cannot claim my person for Jesus or God or whatever. Take my power out of them. That you may know that I'm the one who have the power to live. I'm the one telling you I'm the one with the life. So we end the broadcast right here. So I'm going to add what? Maybe just one element again. The air signs. You say that's why the air have been talking and you don't know it. Because it's not about you. Even that your God or Maui or Jesus or whatever, you don't know what they are saying. Somebody must be born with it before this become understanding. That is completely different. Let's end the broadcast and re-begin another time because we need to go eat. I haven't eaten any food today than coconut, as I told you. And I've had what? Another session of what? Gary. The Gary means I've not eaten pepper, salt, those things. Like, no, I've not eaten anything that you want to say is the reason my stomach should be as excellent. Yet I made it. I'm not Ed. I'm not Anyingba. I'm not Asase. I'm not Esro. I'm not any of that. Because I have to come out of the trouble hell you don't know. If nobody came to save the world, as it will be destroyed. Somebody came to do it. And I told nobody's home if you don't receive the Lord. That is why the end of the conversation is showing. I have a lot of quality once you know the Creator. But they would have. But they go do that. Come out by the door of the window. But there, Harabashika, the Libby and the Hataska, La Tika. Put my head out of the trouble. I'm not behind the head of somebody. I'm not behind television. But right now. What about the story of the Gelos? Come on, Gelos. What about the Gelos? What about the Gelo? You know what is Gelos? That is a lottery. The rule, the laws. That's it. So we have many names to call him if we understand him. Not one name. It is one name trying to say, I want to use it because you use this. I want to use the word because you have used that word. And that is it. So let me add, while we finish that work, let me put it here. So when we talk of air, life, that's air. So the air signs. I'll be watching carefully as the Lord couldn't just, we got it. That is, so I'm not a person lying. My life is not through the nose. I'm not a dog. We don't have any dog family. Look at my face. Which part of the dog you want to say it is? You are seeing the angel himself. The most beautiful world. That's where I came from. There's nobody on earth who has ever entered that place. You can never enter there. You can never enter unless we take you in. So the earth signs, we're going to put that on it. Air signs. So the air signs, like did I not tell you? The air signs. Do you know anything about the water? As also right there. So the air signs. Air signs. Water, right? Get to that level. Yes. You can't say the Lord is to the level that you don't respect. No. We are not with your kingdom. We are having our own kingdom. Why do I do things that I don't have to do? I'm not a fish. Tell myself out of the eye of the fish. Mother and Goyan kingdom out of the eye of the fish. Mother original kingdom out of the eye of the fish. We are not in the egg or eye of somebody. Mother out of the stomach of somebody. You can't say you are pregnant of the Lord. No. It's a madness. Maybe let's watch here this one. I need to put probably. I didn't even want to add so many things again. Okay, put it here. Or I can just let me do it this way. Once we change the place. And there we have also water. So you gotta have water bearer, and we have it also showing. So water bearer. So if I really need to talk about language like a spirit tongue, you would have it difficult to understand, because even the ones speak the language that speak it, they don't get to understand sometimes. Even not sometimes. If I don't want it to understand, I will say it like that. They can twist, and I'll tell them, well, there you better not know what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Water bearer, and that's life. So when I'm with you and then you think there's somebody, you don't know. When I go, that person will mislead you again. You have to know where the Lord called for the service. You can't value somebody else than myself. I came to build a place, and you are saying they say it should be for somebody. Now, do you even know? Do you know what we are saying? Working. What class do you have? Do you have the generation? Do you have the dominion to prove it? How do you really want to fake the word of the Lord? You can do that, because I am the real power of the authority living. So don't let somebody mislead your path. Don't do that. What are we saying? Watch here. So let me put it somewhere here, because we try to. I don't want to have this many things. I don't want to have many things on it, because I need a proper place to keep it. Look at it, so we can find a place. Better placing it. Yes. So whilst we are talking and designing it, so we are also what? Telling. So one thing I have to do once and for real. That's okay. Oh, what's it? Hey, come on. Come back. Today, if we show ourselves or not, it is the same. My air, I'm not a fish. So we can't say head is a fish. Come on, a fish. Fish is gone out of the house. Come on, the fish, we're eating it. Come on. Even it's a long time eating fish or meat. So that sometimes you just have to regard the situation and say, how you know the Lord will say we should eat more meat or fish? Why is it? You have never done it. That's why I came and create my kingdom. Creating my own kingdom, because you have never been trusted to the things that you say. How can I bear witness to things that I don't do? Then indeed, it's before us. So watch carefully that nobody deceive you anymore. That I've closed the broadcast right here. That's where we end the session, and that's ending it. End the broadcast right here.